Phillies get the dub. What is up, everybody? Welcome to TPL Live. I guess we can call it first day of hitting season. We could call it it's everybody gets their first home run day. We can call it whatever you want. But we know what we're going to call it? 8-2, a Phillies W. Phillies move on to 5-1 on the season. Lots of positive things to talk about in Philly sports. Joining us is my man, Joe. You know him on Twitter at Joe_Edinger. What's up, Joe?
The road to 161-1 starts today.
Woo! Let's go. And then we've got my man, the host of the Killing Me Smalls podcast and Spitballin'. He is Mike Small. Follow him on Twitter at Real Mike Small. What's up, Mike?
What is up? Like my guy Meatloaf said, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Man, there's a lot to chew on here. We can start with Aaron Nola. We can start with the offense and the bats coming alive. I think let's lead off with the bats and let off by my man, Rhys freaking Hoskins. My goodness, what a series by Rhys Hoskins against the New York Mets. Joe, what was your take on the bats coming alive and Rhys Hoskins just cementing himself as Mr. Extra Base Hit, I guess?
Yeah, well, if you remember the other day, I was in one of these post games and I said it looked like Rhys was seeing the ball well, but not hitting it well. That's gone out the window because he's hitting it well now. Leads the league in doubles as of now with games to come later tonight, and he's hitting well over 400. I mean, he picked up right where he was last season before he got injured. And if you remember, before he got injured, he was on fire. He was the best hitter on the team, and then he had the injury and he was lost for the rest of the year. He's picked up right where he left off. And yeah, it was great to see the bats wake up. You knew it was going to happen, but after the first few games, it's really good to see, especially the home runs and the power start to come.
Amazing stuff. What about you, Mike?
You know, the further we get away from Captain Coconut, Gabe Kapler, and that launch angle crap, he's back to being the guy that he was. He's a patient hitter. Last year, he was too patient. Remember, all he did was walk for a while, and then he finally started to kick in like Joe talked about, and then he got hurt. Now he's putting it together. He's great in that 2-hole. He makes contact. He drives the ball. And, I know we're only 6 games in, but really, really encouraging.
Yeah, I watched an episode of your Spitball, and who was the biggest wild card for the Philadelphia Phillies this season? Rhys Hoskins is definitely right up on that list. You look at his this series against the Mets. He went 2 for 4. Then he went with a double. Then he went again 2 for 2 with a double and an RBI. Today, 3 for 5, I think it was. Mm-hmm. My goodness, and an RBI, a home run. Rhys Hoskins is locked freaking in. And when that guy is getting runners in, especially with runners in scoring position, man, life is good for this offense.
He can carry a lineup. He really can carry a lineup when he's hitting like this.
Amadeus says, big W, let's go. Check out the Flyered Up podcast. Go check out TTP Sports. Let's go. Mets. Love it. I don't know if I could make a joke because that game was long. That
was a long game, man. You asked me if I want to do the post-game show about 5 o'clock, and I'm like, I'm going to be in bed by the time this thing is over.
I feel like the game hit like the 5th, 6th inning. I was like, man, Alec Boehm's home run felt like an eternity ago. That's how long. 300-plus pitches in 7+ innings.
Even the umpires are ready to go home. There's some of them ball strike calls later in the game.
Oh, yeah.
He was ready to go home
in the last inning. You're right, Joe. Hey, can I give you a couple things that I'm excited about?
Let's go.
Sure.
All right. I'm excited that the Phillies are 5-1. The bullpen is given up 2 runs, just 2 runs the entire season, and one of them was a crap run today that Archie Bradley gave up on the wild pitch. And yeah, they got a hold of a nice triple, whatever. But 2 runs the bullpen has given up. Gene Segura hasn't done a thing. Bryce Harper hasn't hit a home run. And, they look really, really good. And Matt Moore and Chase Anderson don't completely suck. So these are things that I'm pretty excited about right now.
I mean, you have to be excited. I actually made a video of the top 10 Phillies plays and moments of the week. The bullpen was my number 1. Did you see Archie Bradley's changeup today? That knuckle curve, absolutely filthy. Absolutely filthy. Conforto had no idea what was coming at him. Joe, what was your take on the bullpen today?
I mean, it's nice to know that you have a 6-run lead and you're actually going to win the game and you don't have to sweat down to the last inning. But especially after Nola was not very good today. I mean, we could be honest, which is okay. He's a good pitcher. Bad days happen. He was not very good today, but the bullpen picked him up. They gave up what I think 1 run the rest of the way. I mean, that's the best you can ask for when your ace doesn't even he struggles to get through 4 innings when
So the
pitches.
difference between Nola not being good and Vince Velasquez
Exactly.
and Nick Pivetta, I mean, he's not giving up 8 runs. He's just battling, and he's missing his spots.
But really bad
Aaron
Nola gave up 1 run.
Yeah, he had a bad day, went 4 innings, gave up a run. That's an awful day. I'm good.
And I saw somewhere too, it's a really good thing to point out that, his command wasn't good today, but he made pitches when they count. That bodes well for possible postseason starts to where when you don't have it, but you still can get that out when you need to get it.
I'm really interested to see what Zach Wheeler comes out looking like, because if Zach Wheeler gives us anything close to what we saw last week, I think it's time to start getting excited.
Yes. I mean, and Eflin, and when you have that 1, 2, 3, bang, bang, bang. So Nola went 4 innings today. He gave up an earned run, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. He didn't really have a good fastball today. I don't think he wasn't hitting his spots. He couldn't get ahead early in counts. His cutter.
That's what it was. That's what it was, Dives. I mean, he couldn't get those first pitch strikes, which lets him, when he gets ahead and he's got all those, 4-seam, 5-seam, knuckle curve all over the place, and he can move it all around. That's when he's having fun. He's like a mad scientist. But when he's behind, it limits what he can do.
I mean, I think Aaron Nola's day summarized by the New York Mets' inability to get runners home with runners in scoring position. You look at the Mets versus Aaron Nola. They were 1 for 11 today. 1 for 11.
They were 1 for 12, and they stranded 14 guys.
14? Wow.
14 left on base.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, that was kind of.
Hate to see it.
I was watching like when we were in that 3rd, 4th inning. It was tough. It was tough. I was like, are we watching this like Aaron Velasquez? Are we watching like Aaron Alvarado? Like, who is this? I'm just saying, like, there were times that were a little sketchy. I'm just saying. But like you said, Aaron Nola, it might not have been a good outing, but 4 innings? He didn't hurt you. He didn't really hurt you.
Put you in position to win still in the end.
Yep.
Well, that's the difference between a really, really good pitcher in the early part of his career and one that's starting to get seasoned. He knows he didn't have his good stuff. He knew it early, but he battled. He kept him in the game. He threw a lot more pitches than he wanted to, but he made some big pitches when it counted. And he threw too many pitches and wasn't ahead. But he was bad, but he wasn't catastrophic. He was off, and they're a good enough team to stay in the game.
And you look at last year, at this point last year, where you're going to have to rely on 5 innings, 5 brutal innings from your bullpen to get you this W, and bang, what is it? 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run today, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. 1 walk. Brogdon got the W. What a difference a year makes. This is like watching a completely different team, man. Me and my daughter are sitting here watching the game. She's eating her dinner. We're doing high fives. We're cheering home run after home run. It's a great time. I was like, it's unbelievable how different it is, from one year to the next. But that's the way it goes.
It's truly amazing what velocity you can do for a bullpen.
Right.
It really is.
Yeah. Abe says, if Eflin can be consistent, we are in good hands with that Nola, Wheeler, Eflin trio. Let's roll on to our player of the game. We'll start off with Mike. Who's your player of the game?
Oh, it's Rhys Hoskins. I mean, he got him started with the home run. I mean, Bohm's home run was great, but and that definitely spread it out. But Rhys had 3 hits, a home run, a double, and a single, I think was the other one. And he set the tone.
Yeah, for me, absolutely, Rhys Hoskins. You're talking about a guy. He has 7 extra base hits this season. The rest of the Phillies roster at one point at 8. So I mean, this guy has been carrying the Phillies. And if this guy gets hot and continues to get hot, there are really exciting times ahead. Joe, who's your player of the game?
I mean, it's Rhys, but just for the sake of saying someone else, I'll go. I'm going to go with Bryce Harper. You know, decent 2 for 4 RBI.
You like that bunt, did you?
I liked everything except the slide in the first. I was screaming, please don't do that. But he's hitting the ball well. They're not dropping it for hits, but it looks like he's making some solid contact. A lot of these are, they're getting stolen by the shift or the right at guys. I think his hot streak is going to come soon too.
Dude, he has been hitting the ball. He has been mashing the ball. They're just right at people. Mm-hmm. So that's good to see him maybe also, like Rhys, start getting something positive going. Let's grade today's performance. Mike, how would you grade the Phillies today?
Today, A-. Yeah. A-. It would be an A+ if they could have done it in about 2.5 hours. But no, it was. Listen, they jumped out and never looked back. Yeah, there were a couple of long innings and slow innings, but the bullpen did a great job. Picked up Aaron Nola. Everybody hit when they needed it. It was timely hitting, and they put the game away. And they didn't have to use what's his name? Alvarado. What's our big boy's name? The guy that throws 110.
Alvarado. Yeah.
Alvarado. I was disappointed they used Neris, to be honest. I thought giving him another.
Yeah, that was a little weird. Even with the off day tomorrow, I didn't really get that.
Yeah, but I guess he needs to pitch a lot to keep that splitter. But
that's true.
Yeah, that's an A- for me.
Joe,
I agree. A-. I mean, a great bullpen performance. Like, it's amazing to where, like you said, the difference from last year. They don't win this game last year. They're probably on the opposite end of the 8-2 if this was last year.
You guys think it's contagious, the bullpen? Like, it just absolutely sucked last year. You think these guys kind of pick each other up this year?
And I also think a lot of it has to do with Archie Bradley coming in and being that guy to know we're not giving up runs today. It's not happening today. I think that's a huge factor.
I wonder, we were really bummed when Brian Price left, the pitching coach, because he was supposed to be good. Maybe this young guy's pretty damn good. Maybe he's getting through. Who knows? Whatever it is, I like it.
Caleb Cotham. I don't know if I
33 years old.
So that was my player of the game. A couple days ago, because it was a summary. I think we were just wrapping up the Braves series, and the bullpen was like 5+ innings and 0 shutout baseball. But my goodness, the pitching, the arms have truly dominated the Phillies season so far. Today, the bats came alive. I'm gonna go A. Like you said, Joe, this was a game where they 100% would have lost last year. You're relying on 5 innings from the bullpen, and bang, 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 get it done. I'm just over the moon ecstatic about it. Seems like everything the Phillies how many times did we talk about going into a season where they had so many question marks and so many if, and things are slowly kind of unraveling in the Phillies' favor. The bullpen, the pitching, the depth, Eflin. You got Rhys Hoskins. There are a lot of positive signs here that really can be truly the core of the Phillies moving forward. So,
hey, can I make a happy announcement?
Happy,
sure.
I'm a Philadelphia fan, and it's Wednesday, right? Wednesday's hump day. You got 2 more days. Think about Wednesday. Just took 2 out of 3 from the stinking, rotten, hated Mets after the Sixers swept the stinking, rotten Celtics. This is a good week, man.
I mean, I remember going back to reading an article about the New York Mets bullpen, how they're like a top 5 bullpen heading into 2021. They're an amazing bullpen. Not what I watched today. You know what I watched today? A Phillies bullpen that looked leagues better today. So let's freaking go, man.
It's really amazing how far.
I was tweeting during the game with a Met fan who, and I've been making fun of, because the owner, Cohen, is based on Bobby Axelrod's character from Billions. And I was sending him gifs of Bobby Axelrod melting down and stuff like that. And then he texted back, he got back to me and was like, well, it seems like the Phillies have handed off the worst bullpen in history over to the Mets. So that was beautiful.
It's wild how far Betances has fallen. Like they mentioned during the broadcast, when he was with the Yankees, he was unhittable. He was just totally
pissed when the Phillies didn't get him when he was a free agent.
Same. I wanted him too, and it's just sad, honestly, because I loved watching the guy pitch, and he's just not the same pitcher anymore.
He was nasty.
Awesome.
Hey, I've got an announcement, Dibes.
Let's go.
You think we're having fun here? We're going to keep it going with a special episode of Spitballing tonight at 8:20.
Okay.
We're just going to roll, baby.
I love it. Dylan must be at least a couple beers deep.
He went to the game, so we postponed it till tomorrow, and he said he was too fired up to wait, so we're going to do it.
I love it. I saw the photos of him at the game with Mark, so that's awesome. That's awesome. Love it, love it, love it. All right, let's end with plugs. Joe, lead us off, man. Where can we find you? What's going on?
You can see my Twitter. It's at Joe_Edinger. You can find all my stuff at the Painted Lines. I'll be doing post shows. I do NL East week recaps every week. First one will be dropping this week. I just didn't do one after opening week because it was 3 games and the Nats and Mets barely played, so I just didn't bother. And the other various Phillies articles throughout the year.
Mike.
At Real Mike Small, because you don't want the fake one. And that's on Twitter. I will be doing Spitballing with my man Double D Dylan Davis at 8:20 tonight. So stay on TPL. And I host the Killing Me Smalls podcast. We will be back with some Sixers talk next week.
Awesome. If you love Phillies baseball, I just made a highlight reel of top 10 plays and moments of the last week. I'm going to make that a series. So there's going to be something that's going to be coming out every single Thursday, Friday, roughly. I ended it. I had off today. It was a kind of a weird day, but I made it today, and we're going to start making those every Thursday and Friday. So expect those along with tons and tons of other highlight reels for your Philadelphia Phillies. Go follow my man Joe on Twitter at Joe_Edinger. Follow my man Mike. He is at Real Mike Small. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications here. Phillies 5-1. The journey to 161-0 is real. Let's keep this train rolling. I'm going to end with a word from our sponsor. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Stay awesome. Hey, what's up, guys? March Madness is here. The NBA and NHL are both in full swing. Baseball opening day is coming up, while we here at the Painted Lines are devoted to bringing you top-notch content from all the major sports. We are excited to also now give you the opportunity to cash in on all that content and knowledge. If you follow the link below, you will have the opportunity to sign up with BetRivers, an online sportsbook, and get an instant new user deposit match of up to $250. That's free money that you can use and try to turn into more free money. Let's go. Don't sit there and waste all that money. Turn every basket into an otherwise meaningless Cavs-Timberwolves matchup in on a random Wednesday in March. That makes it all the more exciting. For betting tips and advice, be sure to check out written content from our top prognosticator, Money Max, on our website at thepaintedlines.com, or check out the Tough Cover podcast right here on the Painted Lines YouTube channel. You've seen the commercials all over TV and radio, but now is the time. Sign up today with BetRivers using the link below and start cashing in on your love for sports. Using the link below will automatically inform BetRivers that TPL sent you, and you'll get that new user deposit match of up to $250.